We go now straight to the first speaker, the opening remarks by the speaker. And this is the keynote address by Abraham Tesfai. Abraham, you're welcome.
Thank you, thank you. Hi, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Are you hearing me well?
Yes, you are very clear. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Abraham Tesfai. Originally, I came from Eritrea. I live in Italy as a refugee. So for this last years, I have been following the situation of the refugees in Libya, in Ethiopia, in Sudan, especially when the European and the Libyan, they make an agreement to close the border with the European externalization policy. The situation for the refugees becomes very bad and worse in Libya. Once they enter in Libya, and then they try to cross the sea. The Libyan Coast Guard, they stop them and they push them back to Libya. And they send them back to the smugglers. So the African refugees becomes a victim of the Libyan Coast Guard and the human traffickers or the smugglers. So especially at that time, I started to be the voice for the people that are suffering in Libya. We are making different campaigns. The first campaign we did to get attention was a ride of bike from Frankfurt to Brussels. Or we were refugees and we take our bike and we ride from Frankfurt to Brussels to get some attention. And we make also a demonstration. And we meet also different European Parliament members. And we ask to get help for the refugees that they are trapped in Libya. And also we make another video campaign to discourage the refugees not let go to Libya. And everybody tell his experience about the situation, and we tell them how is the situation now in Libya, how it is difficult to cross the Mediterranean Sea. And we make many videos to tell the reality for the people that they are in Africa. And many people join this campaign. And the last 2 years, especially Eritrean refugees were decreased to come to Libya. Only few people were come last 2020. And at the same time, the Eritrean and the Ethiopian also make a peace agreement. I hope a lot things will be better at that time. But as you know, suddenly the war started again among the central government and the Tigray region, and also Eritrea is involved in the war. Before the war, many Eritreans entered to Tigray due to the peace agreement. But suddenly the war started. As you know, there are 4 different refugee camps in Tigray. 4 camps, most of these camps were full of Eritreans. When the war started, these 4 camps became the first target of the Eritrean army. The first camp that attacked by the Eritrean army was Shimelba. In Shimelba, the Eritrean military attacked and controlled Shimelba. And the refugees, they started to escape from Shimelba. But the Eritrean military, they captured and took some Kunama members to Eritrea. And the remaining escaped to Hansat near camp. And then next they went to the Hansat camp also. The Eritrean military controlled Hansat also. I am telling you that I collect the testimony from the refugees in the camp. So once the Eritrean military entered to the Hansat camp, they killed a Tigrayan militia. He was a guard in the refugee camp. And they they control totally the Hansat camp, and they tell the Eritrean people if they need to go to Eritrea, but the refugees don't accept to go to Eritrea. And the Eritrean military, they move also to the Hansat town to attack the militias and the soldiers around, but they force also the refugees to take them like drivers and the road indicators. So it means they insisted to participate the refugees in the conflict. And later on, the Eritrean arms, they took almost 30 refugees from the camp, and they say they are the allies of the PLF or something. They are simply refugees, but they say like this, and they took them, and we don't know where they are till now. But they left the Hansat camp and they moved. Later on, the Tigray militia, they came and they say they make fire in the Hansat camp and they killed 9 people. The refugees, they say like this. After that, many refugees becomes a victim. They died. Some of them they took by the Eritrean arms to the Eritrea. And personally, I have family members in Hansat, and one of my parents, he lost his son because of the war. And the refugees, they stay in the Hansat for months without aid, without any help from any organizations. And later on, the Hansat, the Eritrean army left Hansat, and the Tigray APLF members, they came and they controlled the Hansat camp. And for 1 month, the Eritrean refugees stay there without any communications. And many people also tried to escape from Hansat at that time. Some of them, they died because of hunger when they tried to cross to escape from Hansat to Addis Ababa or to Shimalba, to Ma'ani and Ada Harishka. And also some refugees, almost 20,000 refugees from Shimalba and Hansat, they took to Eritrea, and we don't know what they are now. The remaining camp is now only Ada Harish and Ma'ani. In Ada Harish and in Ma'ani also, some refugees died. In Ada Harish, one baby and his died, and his sister also wounded. And another woman, she also died because she became a shock. And also in Ma'ani, one refugee died. And the remaining, they started to escape to Addis Ababa, but the central government, they sent them back to Ma'ani and Ad Harish camp. These refugees now, they are living in a fear because they are not secure, because maybe the Eritrean government, he came and he attacked them again, maybe he can take them again. Also, they don't have a good supply, health supply, food supply, they are living under fear. But the main problem is what's happening now is the Eritrean refugees, they escaped from Tigray and they went to Addis Ababa. But the Addis Ababa people, they are not happy with them. And they are trying to escape from Ethiopia and went to Sudan, from Sudan to Libya. And
Thank
now,
you, Abraham.
yeah.
If you can make your closing remarks. Thank you very much.
You are not hearing well?
No, it's very clear, but now we are just, we just have about a minute for you.
Yeah, I almost finished here. Now, the trip from Sudan to Libya, from Ethiopia to Libya is already started because of the war. And in the recent time, people, they escaped from Tigray, from Ethiopia, and they died in the Mediterranean Sea. At last, what I would like to say is, in the past, when we Eritreans escaped from Eritrea because of the dictator, because of the hard situation in Eritrea, the Tigray mothers were accepted as a refuge before in Ethiopia. But now those Tigrayan mothers, they are escaped and they are dying because of hunger. And now Eritreans are continuing to escape from Eritrea, but immediately they enter to the hand of the traffickers, even in Ethiopia. So I would like to say we have to call all together to stop the war, and we don't let people to die because of hunger. As I would like to tell you one thing. Stalin, in his power, he killed 3 million people in Ukraine with a targeted famine. So we don't let to repeat this in the Tigrayan peoples, and we have to be voice to the voiceless. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Abraham Tesfai, for your contribution and helping us learn more about the refugee situation.